Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today I'm going to be going over my 2023 college football week 0 predictions. Now, this first week of college football, tomorrow, there's a total of 7 games in the first couple games of college football. There are 7 games tomorrow, Saturday, August 26th, and then you will not see any games until Thursday, August 31st. Now, a lot of people call this week of football where there's not a lot of interesting matchups. There's only 2 ranked teams playing tomorrow, and a lot of really bad teams are playing. I mean, the only really 2 good teams are playing are ranked USC, number 6 in the country, USC, and then number 13 in the country, Northern Dame. So besides that, the best teams besides Northern Dame and USC playing are Vanderbilt, San Diego State, and probably after that, either UTEP or Navy. So it's not a lot of good teams playing in this start of it. So you don't see a lot of games. Number one, number two, there's not a lot of good teams playing, only a couple, and I that's why I feel like it's called week 0. But it's basically week 1, but people do call it week 0, and that's what I'm going to do. But let's go over my predictions. I'm not going over score predictions just because I'm going to go over, who I think is going to win the game and by how much I can see them winning. Let's go over it. So, starting off with the first game of the day, and it's ranked number 13 Northern Dame at Navy. And this game is at 1:30 on NBC. Hey, last time these two teams faced off last year, this was a very close matchup. Northern Dame had the edge to start the game. They were up like 35-16, and Northern Dame came all the way back, had a chance to win it. The final score was 35-32. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that Northern Dame's gonna have a really good game. They're gonna win this game very easily. I do see that happening, but I'm seeing a lot of predictions having Northern Dame winning by 20+. I know Northern Dame is a little bit better than they were last year, but honestly, I don't know if I see them winning by more than 20 in this game. I think they probably win in the amount of 14 to probably in the amount of 13 to 18 points of margin of a win. I think they win around 13 to, if not a little bit less, to 18 points. That's how much I think they win this game by. I think Northern Dame will probably pass 30 points in this ball game. That's what I would expect them to do. I think they're a better team than they were last year. I don't think they were ever this high ranked last season. So they probably added in some, recruits or some transfers. But I think Northern Dame will probably be better this upcoming season in college football. But, it's not that much of a hard matchup in this week 0/week 1 against Navy. But they did have trouble against them last year. I think Northern Dame will have way better success than they did last year against Navy. But I am seeing a lot of people saying like Northern Dame's going to win by 20 to 25 points. But I think it will only be like 12 to 18 in that area, if not lower than that. Because I think Navy at home will have some success on offense. But I think Northern Dame's defense will have a really good day, and their offense will score pretty much a high number. I think they're going to score around 30 to 36 points in this game tomorrow. Then the next game is at 4:30, and it's on CBS and Sports Network. It's Jacksonville State at UTEP. I don't know a lot about these two teams here, but I do know that Jacksonville State was not very good last year, while UTEP, they weren't great, but they were solid. They were 5-7, which was way better than Jacksonville State was. I think they only won like 3 or 4 ball games last year. They only won like 2 or 3 games, or maybe it was 4 games they won last year. This game's at 4:30. I think UTEP wins. They're at home. They're the better team. And I don't really know by how much. I think they'll probably win in the 7 to 10 margin. But we'll see. I think UTEP. I don't know how many points both teams score. To be honest, I just think that UTEP will win this ball game by in the area of 7 to 10 points, if not maybe a little bit less. Maybe it's a little bit of a closer game than I think. Who knows? Then the next game is you have multiple games in the 6 o'clock area. You have San Diego State at Ohio. And this is on FS1 at 6 o'clock. San Diego State they were solid last season. They were 7-6. Ohio, not so much. They were 3-10. I think San Diego State's. I've seen a lot of people saying that. I haven't really seen anything saying that Ohio will win this ball game, but I've been seeing a lot of people saying this will be a close game. But honestly, I think San Diego State will win by double digits. I don't know what area. I'm thinking San Diego State wins by the area of 10 to 14 points in this ball game. I think San Diego State has a good game on the road against Ohio. They're the better team. They had a really good season last year. I know they're on the road, but I think San Diego State pulls this one out to get a win by double digits. Then you have New Mexico State at UMass. This one's on ESPN. The only ESPN game. Well, actually, every game. There's only one network that has multiple games, and that's CBS Sports Network. And this game is on ESPN. I actually have no idea who I want to pick for this game. I think I'm going to lean towards New Mexico State. I feel like this will be a close game, maybe a high-scoring game. I have no idea. No, actually, I feel like this game might be a little bit of more of a low-scoring game tomorrow. But I think New Mexico State pulls it out. I think they'll win in the area of maybe 2 to 4 points. I think they'll probably win in that area. I think it's going to be a very close game, back and forth, but we'll see. Then Vanderbilt at Hawaii. Vanderbilt was solid last year. I believe they were 5-7. Well, Hawaii, I think they won 3 or 4 games. This is a home game for Hawaii though, and I'm not sure if this. I wouldn't think this is in Hawaii with all the wildfires that have been happening there recently. But if anybody is in the Hawaii area, I'm wishing the best for everybody over there. But I would bet it's not actually in Hawaii. I mean, who knows? I actually have no idea what part of Hawaii they play in. But this game's at 6:30. It's on the SEC network. I'm gonna go with Vandy in this one. I think Vanderbilt. I mean, they're not gonna be that great this year, but I think they're gonna be way better than Hawaii. This is a maybe game I could see Hawaii upsetting Vanderbilt. Out of all the games, in potential upsets, I feel like Navy is a potential sleepy upsetter against Northern Dame, but I think Northern Dame will pull out the win. But of all these games, you're not going to see San Jose State beat USC. All the other potential upsets, I don't think you'll see Ohio beat San Diego State. I think if you're going to see an upset tomorrow, it's going to be Hawaii beating Vanderbilt in tomorrow's ball game. But we'll see. I'm going to go with Vandy winning this game. I think they win. I don't think they'll win by double digits, but I think Vanderbilt will win by in the area of 8 to 10. I think maybe in the area of 6 to 9 points. You'll see Vanderbilt win. I think you'll see Vanderbilt score around 26 to 32 points in this ball game as well, and maybe I could maybe see their running game having success against this Hawaii defense, but we'll see. And then the final game, Louisiana Tech, who were not very good last year. I think they were 3-9 against Florida International, and this one's on CBS Sports Network. This game is at 8 o'clock. I think both teams are terrible, but I'm going to go with Louisiana Tech. And I don't think it really matters, how much they win by. I think either one of those teams can win. And then probably the most exciting game you will watch tomorrow, USC at San Jose State. It's not going to be the most interesting game. I think USC will have their way against San Jose State with Caleb Williams, Heisman winner of last season. But, it's just going to be interesting to watch just because of, them having Caleb Williams and, getting to watch. I think USC is going to be a really good team to watch this year, and they got a really good team. They have a solid defense. They have a really good head coach, a great quarterback. Should be the first overall pick in this next year's in the 2024 NFL draft. I think it's even though I think USC will probably win by in the area of 25 to 35 points, if not more. It's going to be a little bit of a boring game to watch, but it's just the fact that to watch that USC team tomorrow, I think they're going to be a really fun team to watch this season in college football. And honestly, I could see them potentially making it to the college football playoffs this year. They are the sixth seed in the country. They'll have to jump up a couple spots to get in the top 4, but it's going to be a long season. I think Caleb Williams will have a really good year, and he'll top off to potentially be the number 1 overall draft pick in the 2024 NFL draft. And I think USC wins. I think USC scores in the area of 45 to 58 points tomorrow. I think you're going to see some heavy offense from USC. I think Caleb Williams The least amount of touchdown passes I see him throwing is 3 or 4. I would bet on Caleb Williams throwing at least 4 to 5 touchdown passes tomorrow, maybe even 6. I doubt 6, but I bet Caleb Williams probably throws 4 or 5 touchdown passes tomorrow. And I know I said I wouldn't go over score predictions, but I am going to go ahead and say USC wins this ball game 55 to, let's go 24. I'm going to say USC wins this one 55 to 24 tomorrow. I really think that USC is going to have a really good game, and so is Caleb Williams. But, I mean, that's it for my college football week 0 predictions. I think it's going to be a fun week of college football, or fun day of college football, of, mostly bad teams, but you do get to see some decent teams, some good teams, some really good teams like USC and Notre Dame, and then some solid teams like San Diego State, Navy, Vanderbilt, and then the rest, not so great teams. But yeah, these are my thoughts on my predictions. You guys give me your predictions. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.